Welcome to Brewstar Reviews. Dive into the world of Amazon products with us as we provide honest, in-depth reviews to help you make informed purchasing decisions. The Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 4G LTE enters a crowded smartphone market by positioning itself as a high-value option for those who prioritize screen quality and storage capacity over the latest 5G connectivity. This particular model, often found in a striking ocean blue, comes equipped with 256GB of internal storage and 8GB of random access memory, which are figures usually associated with more expensive devices. It is important to understand that this is a global version of the handset, which means it is designed to work across a variety of international networks, though its compatibility in the United States is specifically tailored toward T-Mobile and its associated virtual operators like Mint Mobile and Tello. Because it relies on 4G LTE technology, it serves a specific segment of the market that may not yet have consistent 5G coverage or simply prefers the potentially better battery life and lower hardware costs associated with fourth-generation cellular technology. At a price point that typically sits around $192, it aims to deliver a premium-feeling experience without the premium price tag. The build and design of the Redmi Note 14 4G LTE follow a modern aesthetic that balances a large footprint with a manageable weight. The device features a 6.67-inch display, which has become a standard size for media consumption and productivity. Despite the large screen, the chassis is designed to be relatively thin, making it easier to handle during extended use. The ocean blue finish provides a subtle gradient that catches the light, giving the phone a more sophisticated appearance than many of its budget-oriented competitors. One of the most practical aspects of the design is the inclusion of a hybrid SIM slot. This allows users to either run two different SIM cards simultaneously, which is excellent for international travelers or those balancing work and personal lines, or to use one SIM card alongside a microSD card for even more storage. This flexibility is increasingly rare in flagship devices but remains a staple of the Redmi Note series. The physical buttons are placed within easy reach on the side of the frame, and the overall construction feels solid, suggesting it can withstand the rigors of daily use. When looking at how this device performs, the 120Hz refresh rate on the 6.67-inch display is arguably its most significant feature. In the world of smartphones, the refresh rate determines how many times per second the screen updates its image. A standard screen typically operates at 60 Hz, but by doubling that to 120 Hz, Xiaomi ensures that scrolling through social media feeds, navigating menus, and playing supported games feels incredibly fluid and responsive. This high refresh rate reduces motion blur and can make the entire user interface feel faster than the underlying processor might suggest. This matters because the visual fluidity of a device often dictates the perceived quality of the user experience. Complementing this is the 108-megapixel AI camera system. While high megapixel counts do not always guarantee better photos, they do allow for significantly more detail to be captured in well-lit environments. This high resolution enables users to crop into their photos without losing as much clarity as they would on a lower resolution sensor. The artificial intelligence integrated into the camera software assists with scene recognition, adjusting colors and exposure settings automatically to help casual photographers get the best possible shot without needing to dive into manual settings. The internal combination of 8GB of RAM and 256GB of storage is another area where the performance impacts the daily utility of the phone. Having 8GB of RAM allows the device to keep more applications open in the background, which reduces the frequency of apps restarting when you switch between them. This is particularly useful for multitasking, such as looking up information on a website while drafting an email or managing multiple messaging apps. The 256GB of storage provides ample space for thousands of high-resolution photos, hours of video, and a large library of applications. For many users, this amount of storage eliminates the immediate need for cloud subscriptions or frequent file management. However, it is important to note that performance is tied to the 4G LTE chipset. While this processor is capable of handling standard tasks like streaming high-definition video and running common apps, it may not be the ideal choice for high-end mobile gaming that requires the fastest possible processing speeds or the lowest possible network latency found on 5G networks. This smartphone is best suited for a very specific type of user. In the United States, it is an ideal choice for individuals who are already customers of T-Mobile or use prepaid services like Mint Mobile and Tello. Because the device requires a SIM card that is already activated to function correctly on these networks, it is a great option for someone looking to upgrade an existing phone without changing their service provider or plan. It is also an excellent choice for international travelers who need a reliable dual SIM device that can accept local cards in almost any country with a GSM network. Furthermore, the Redmi Note 14 4G LTE appeals to students or budget-conscious professionals who want a large, high-quality screen for watching videos or reading documents but do not want to spend $500 or $600 on a flagship device. The focus on storage and display quality makes it a strong contender for those who use their phone primarily as a media consumption tool. The connectivity aspect requires a bit of careful consideration. The device is marketed as a global version, which gives it broad compatibility with GSM carriers worldwide. However, for those in the United States, the lack of support for CDMA networks like Verizon or the specific bands used by AT&T means that potential buyers must verify their carrier compatibility before purchasing. The requirement for a pre-activated SIM card on the T-Mobile network is a nuance that highlights the device's status as an unlocked international model rather than a carrier-branded phone. For users who are comfortable with these technical specifics, the phone offers a level of freedom and value that is hard to find in carrier stores. It provides a way to access modern smartphone features like a high-resolution camera and a fast refreshing screen at a fraction of the cost of the latest mainstream models. The inclusion of the 108-megapixel sensor is a clear attempt to bring professional-level specs to the entry-level market. In practice, this camera performs best during the day, where the large sensor can soak up plenty of light to produce sharp, vibrant images. The AI features help to balance the dynamic range, ensuring that the sky isn't blown out while the foreground remains visible. While it might struggle more in very low light conditions compared to more expensive devices with larger sensors and more advanced optical image stabilization, it remains a very capable tool for capturing memories and social media content. The secondary sensors and the front-facing camera round out a package that is versatile enough for most common photography needs, from wide-angle landscapes to detailed portraits. In a balanced closing thought, the Xiaomi Redmi Note 14 4G LTE is a device defined by its trade-offs. It sacrifices 5G connectivity and broad US carrier support to offer a superior display, significant storage, and a high-resolution camera at a price of approximately $192. It does not try to be everything to everyone, but instead focuses on the core features that many users interact with most: the screen and the camera. For those who live or work in areas with strong 4G coverage and utilize the T-Mobile network infrastructure, it represents a pragmatic and economical choice. It is a reminder that you do not always need the most expensive technology to have a modern, capable, and enjoyable smartphone experience. While the 4G limitation will eventually make it feel dated as networks evolve, for the present, it stands as a robust and feature-rich option for the savvy consumer who knows exactly what they need from their mobile hardware. Thanks for watching. If you found this review helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest product insights. Have a product you want us to review? Drop a like and subscribe, and comment below. Until next time, happy shopping.